I am Helle, and in this OA1 didactical lesson design presentation, I have chosen the novel Goodnight, Mr. Tom by British author and actress Michelle Magorian. Goodnight, Mr. Tom is an example of a novel within the genre young adult literature. And my chosen competence aims according to LK06 are the following. I've looked at the language learning in general, evaluate and use different situations, working methods, and learning strategies to further develop one's English language skills. Regarding oral communication, express oneself fluently and coherently in a detailed and precise manner suited to the purpose and situation. Regarding written communication, evaluate and use suitable reading and writing strategies adapted for the purpose and type of text. And last, culture, society, and literature, discuss and elaborate on different types of English language literary texts from different parts of the world. The specific learning goals for this lesson is 1. To become familiar with the novel Goodnight, Mr. Tom. 2. To develop different reading strategies in the introduction of a text. 3. Study a literary text in depth and be able to interpret it. And 4. Use the target language both orally and written. My didactical approach is that I have found different reasons for choosing this novel from reading Colley and Slater, Literature in the Language Classroom. First, I looked at authentic material. It's written by a native speaker of English and it's an authentic story of wartime in Britain. Then I looked at the personal involvement. I was very touched the first time I read this novel, and I hope that my commitment and my enthusiasm will also be valuable when I introduce the novel to the students. And thirdly, meeting the target language in different situations and in different contexts. In this particular novel, there are quite a few dialect features that I would like to show the students. Then I will present step by step the pre-reading activities I have planned in the introduction of the novel. First, I will show the students the front page of the novel, and we will do different activities with brainstorming. We will look at the title of the novel first, and I will ask the students if they get any associations by looking at the title. Do we see that when we see the title, can that tell us anything what this novel is about? Then if we look at the picture of the book cover, is it possible that the illustrations can help us in developing ideas about the theme in the novel? As we see in the front page, we see a man, we see a little boy, we see a dog, and we also see quite a few airplanes up in the air. And are, for instance, the airplanes any symbol of what the novel is about? And I would also ask the students what is interesting regarding the title and the illustration. And lastly, if they want to try to find out more about the novel when they look at the front page. Then I would go on to an activity of skimming of the first page of the novel, as I have marked here in yellow in this presentation. I would ask the students to individually skim the first page of the novel. I will give them around 3 minutes to do so. Later on, we will brainstorm in small groups of 4 around ideas and impressions they get from reading the text on the first page. And last, I will organize the common discussion in class as a follow-up from the brainstorm. I will raise questions as, who are we meeting in the first page? Do you think that these persons are the main characters in the novel? What is the setting in the first page? What is actually happening? And where does the scene takes place? Later, I would show them a trailer from the film. Unfortunately, I cannot show you the trailer in this presentation, but I put up the YouTube link, and if some of you are interested, you could go and have a look at it to get some ideas. The trailer lasts for around 2 minutes, and I think that can also be an activity to use when I introduce the novel. We could ask again what the students learn from looking at this little trailer. Is this little trailer helping us to find out more about the theme or what the novel is about? And I would also ask them if their assumptions, the assumptions they already had, if that is changed after they watched this little trailer. After introduction, I would do a few common activities. I would let the students work in pairs and make some background research regarding the author. They could look at, for instance, nationality, other novels from the same author, any common features regarding the author's production. Are there any specific target groups or any specific themes for other novels or other written production from the author? And we could also look at, is Michelle Megorian only an author, or does she have other professions in addition to being an author? And then we would share the information in small groups of 4, and the students could look at similarities and differences. And my main aim with doing this activity is that the students will have time to have a good discussion in English, and that will also help them to learn some more about the book when they discuss it in group. My conclusion regarding this lesson is the following. Pre-reading activities involve different tasks to facilitate the students' work with the novel. Pre-reading activities can help in catching the students' interest when introducing a new topic, as for instance a novel or a short story or a poem or a song. It can be a very useful method regardless of topic, and pre-reading activities acknowledge that students in the class have different ways of learning, and with the particular pre-reading activities we are doing for this lesson, I hope to activate both the visual and the auditory skills of the students in my group.